Berlin. Angela Merkel and APO's weekend speech stating that Europe could no longer "fully count on OTHERS" was a sign of the widening cracks in the relationship between Germany and the US, an alliance that has defined the post-World War II global order, experts and analysts said. All I can say is that we Europeans must really take our destiny into our own hands, the German leader told the crowd of some 2,500 during a campaign event at a beer tent in Bavaria. The times in which we can fully count on others are somewhat over, as I have experienced in the past few days. While Merkel never mentioned President Donald Trump by name, her blunt remarks followed a bruising series of meetings with the US president at the NATO summit in Belgium and then at the G7 gathering in Italy. On Thursday, Trump did not explicitly promise to protect America and APO's NATO allies if they came under attack, instead alleging 23 out of the 28 member nations owed massive amounts of money to US taxpayers. The US-led NATO alliance, made up mainly by European countries, has for decades been a bulwark against the Soviet and then Russian aggression. At the G7 summit, European and other diplomats were frustrated that Trump refused to endorse a global climate change accord and said he needed more time to decide. Trump was also quoted as calling Germany very bad on trade, but the White House denied it. Merkel and APO's comments were made on the election trail and therefore directed at a domestic audience as much as to an international one. Michael Van Hulten, a fellow at the London School of Economics, called Merkel and APO's speech huge German chancellor signaling the end of the post-WW II Western consensus. GRMANY and APO's Süddeutsche Zeitung newspaper stated that SUNDAY and APO's comments showed Merkel no longer regards the USA as reliable. Elmer Thevessen, the deputy editor-in-chief at German public broadcasters EDF, said that Merkel sent a very important signal from Europe. French President Emmanuel Macron and other European leaders seemed to have the same takeaway from the encounter with Trump and his delegation at NATO and APO's headquarters and the G7, he said. In an op-ed, Thevessen suggested that the summits offered insight into Trump and APO's approach to foreign affairs, which he summed up as and APO's America first and only. APO's responsibility for the world no chance. Solidarity for Donald Trump is a commodity only available with advance payment. Thevessen added. I am not a psychologist, but am judging as a political scientist and journalist. This US president is dangerous. We Europeans can do nothing against it. Martin Schulz, Merkel and APO's main challenger in the September federal election, told German broadcasters EDF that we have to make clear to the United States that they are isolated. They are also isolated on their own continent. On Monday, AFP also quoted GERMANY and APO's foreign minister Sigmar Gabriel as saying that Trump and APO's actions had weakened the West. The US-European relationship is built on the ashes of the Second World War, when America spent around $103 billion in TODAY and APO's dollars to help rebuild a shattered continent. The European Union has gone on to become one of WASHINGTON and APO's key economic partners and the WORLD and APO's largest trading bloc. Ivo H. Daalder, a former US envoy to NATO, told the New York Times that this seems to be the end of an era, one in which the United States led and Europe followed. Today, the United States is heading into a direction on key issues that seems diametrically opposite of where Europe is heading. Merkel and APO's comments are an acknowledgement of that new reality. The newspaper quoted him as saying. Michael McFaul, who was ambassador to Russia under Trump and APO's predecessor Barack Obama, expressed dismay at the state of the key relationship. Kari Sheikh, a national security expert at the Hoover Institution think tank, was more guarded. In a tweet, she said that Obama had also damaged US alliances by calling our reliability into question but went on to say that Trump has damaged them more.